from Las Vegas, Fox 5 News at 10 starts now.
A mass casualty drill in the heart of Las Vegas. How the realistic practice will help first responders the next time you're in trouble.
A brutal attack at a Valley golf course. A man tells his story of being ambushed and beaten with baseball bats. We'll tell you where it happened.
Families hoping to save the dream flock to the convention center. They're getting help to keep their homes. Coming up, we've got their incredible success stories and how you can take part. But we start with breaking news tonight. A computer glitch has grounded all United Airlines flights out at McCarran. I'm Elizabeth Watson for Olivia.
And I'm Matt DeLucia in tonight for John. The problems were first reported just a few hours ago. Fox 5's John Castellino is live at McCarran with the details. John, what's going on out there?
Hey guys, good evening. The United Airlines check-in counter here at McCarran is slowed to an absolute standstill. What you're going to see if you came here tonight is about 200 people waiting in line, nobody moving, and that includes the employees behind the counter. Officials with United, they're not telling us anything at this point, but one employee did tell me that this is a total computer system shutdown. This is not a glitch, far beyond that. Now, what it's affecting is basically every United flight departing from every major city across the United States at this point. The issue, it popped up at around 5:15 Las Vegas time. Some flights aren't checking in any passengers at all at this point, but the boards at McCarran, well, they're not indicating that there are any problems. You see some flights on time, some just showing a few delays. Now, we did run into several passengers landing into Las Vegas a little earlier this evening, and they had plenty of problems getting here. Some were told of the issue, some were not told of the issue. Here's the problems that they did face.
We got there about an hour before, thought we had plenty of time. We were first in line to check in, and she said the computers were down, and about an hour later they were still down. Everybody came out with paper and pencils, and you only could get on the flight if you had your ID, proof that you paid for your ticket, and an itinerary and a ticket number, or else you couldn't fly.
Oh, I'm ecstatic if that's actually true, that we ended up getting on the flight today. If we were one of the last ones to go, then that's good for me. It sucks for others.
Nothing. That communication, man, I like to be told, hey, what's going on, and I understand, but they haven't said nothing at all.
Yeah, that's Oscar Huerta and his wife Alma. They are trying to fly out to San Francisco tonight, and as you heard, no one has told him anything. And again, the 200 or so people in line here at McCarran tonight, they tell me, the ones I spoke with, that they have not heard a thing from United. We're back here live again. Going back to the arrival and departure boards, again, what we're seeing is that a lot of flights are showing that they're going to be arriving on time or departing on time. Some are delayed by about an hour. So this major problem that's popping up across the nation isn't reflected on these boards. And again, United very silent about this. The sky's not friendly tonight. We're reporting live from McCarran. John Castellino, Fox 5 News Local, Las Vegas.
All right, thank you, John. And of course, we will be following this story for you all night and have the latest updates on Fox 5 News at 11, as well as our website, fox5vegas.com.
It's called the Golden Hour, the 60 minutes after someone has been in a serious car wreck and the race to get them to the hospital to save their life. Fox 5's Marianne Martinez is live at the City of Las Vegas Fire Headquarters with more on a special training tonight. Marianne.
Well, Elizabeth, you remember going through a fire drill when you were in school. It is, of course, to condition you to a plan of action in case the real thing happens. You know what to do. Well, that was a similar situation today for some of these first responders, only their drill was conditioning them to save your life. Sirens are blaring and first responders race to a pretend car wreck on a highway. In the scenario, lots of cars are involved, many are hurt, and several people are likely to be dead.
It was a chain reaction accident. Some of the vehicles came over the wall, some of them smashed in a boat, flew off the trailer.
High school students are playing victims with varying degrees of injuries, and dummies are victims who are dead. All victims are being tagged with these. They let the firefighters know who is most hurt and who needs to go to the hospital first. A helicopter arrives to airlift the most seriously hurt to the hospital. First responders are also getting help from a towing company with one very special piece of equipment. It's got a crane that can lift up to 60 tons. That allows people trapped under 18-wheelers, like in the scenario, to be rescued.
Because he can do things that really minimizes our time significantly.
We could get these people out in the past, but it took us a really long time.
Huge help when the clock is ticking.
Whenever you have an accident, we want to get the patient into the trauma unit within the first hour, which they call the golden hour. The clock starts ticking from the time that the accident occurred.
Even though today's drill is make-believe, it is based on a very real accident that did happen back in 2006. Now, back when that happened, they didn't have the luxury of that piece of equipment that you just saw there that lifts up extremely heavy, whether it be an 18-wheeler, a train, anything like that. And also, they had people working on it that had never been in an accident, or first responders who had never dealt with an accident that was that serious before. Marianne Martinez, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Marianne, and that's an inside look we don't always get to see. And what did the actors who are portraying the victims, what was their reaction to this? That has to be pretty powerful to be a part of that.
Well, of course, everyone's got their game face on. They're trying to make it as real as possible, you know, in case they're ever in it for the first responders. So they're trying to make it absolutely lifelike.
Marianne Martinez live for us tonight. Thanks so much.
The Clark County Coroner's Office has confirmed the body found in Lake Mead last night is that of a missing boater. Ruben Aguirre Martinez was found floating near the Colville Bay area. A park visitor found the body around 7 o'clock and called rangers. Martinez went missing on May 31st. He had jumped into the water to retrieve an inflatable raft without a life jacket.
Police are looking for a 23-year-old man who's gone missing. This is Charles Fox here. He was last seen near his home on North Bradley and Ann Road. Police believe he's driving in a 2009 red Mitsubishi Lancer with a Nevada license plate that reads LVM H79. And police are also looking for Andrea Irene Lucero tonight. Tuesday, she called her job and said she was not coming into work. Lucero's family says she may be armed with a gun and wants to commit suicide. She's driving a 2010 dark blue four-door Nissan Sentra with Nevada plates 756 TXT. If you have any information about these two missing persons, call Metro Police 828-5678.
A golf outing turns horrifying for a Valley man. He suffered serious injuries after several teens attacked him with baseball bats. Now police need your help finding those responsible. Stephanie J has the story you'll see only on Fox 5.
A terrifying afternoon on the links. Sam Flores and his friends were rounding the 14th hole when two teens started throwing rocks and golf balls.
We told them that, you know, leave us alone. You know, we're playing a gentleman's game. You know, have some respect, this and that. And the kid goes, the hell with your respect, you know. I got a gun, I can shoot.
Moments later, the two came back with more than a dozen of their cronies.
Here comes over the fence, about 14 of them. And at least 10 of them had bats.
It was a rampage. Flores says they were swinging bats and punching and kicking.
They got me in the back. They hit me on the elbow with another bat and then kicked me in the face.
Flores also had a broken rib. Now, some of his friends were chased on a cart, their clubs were broken, and several of their belongings were stolen. Flores says because of the situation and how young the kids were, he was afraid to fight back.
Imagine, I could have killed somebody, and they could have killed us. You know, over what?
By the time police got there, it was too late. The damage was done. Now, golfers who frequent this course say they've never had any problems, but the news doesn't necessarily surprise them.
Some of the zip codes that are the worst crime zip codes in the country surround this golf course, so it doesn't really shock me. I think it's a little bit of a wake-up call, maybe.
There have been other instances of golfers getting harassed in recent weeks, but nothing like this. Flores hopes the teens will be caught soon, so this doesn't happen to anyone else, and he'll feel safe golfing again.
If they do something about hole 14, then I will. Because I don't want to face those kids again. It can get ugly, you know, and I don't want that.
I'm Stephanie J, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
And managers of the Gold Club told Fox 5 off camera that they are devastated this happened. They've offered apologies and are working out a plan to make the course safer. If you have any information about this attack, call Metro Police.
A nationwide effort to keep people in their homes comes to Las Vegas.
Yeah, hear the emotional stories as families fight their foreclosures next.
A second major fire is forcing folks in Arizona out of their homes, while the first fire has grown larger than the city of Phoenix. How firefighters are feeling about beating both places tonight.
A local high school, one of just 10 across the country, competing in an acting competition. They leave tomorrow, but we've got a sneak peek for you tonight.
And finally, back into the 90s for a nice little break, and then we will see 100s on the 7-day forecast. I'll have that 7-day for you coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Fox 5 News at 10, local Las Vegas.